You're blowing off class. Get back in.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, likewise. How are you? Welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah. This is Dawood Ali.
Hi.
This is Jamie.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I think you know her.
Alaikum assalam. How you doing, Majid? I thought there was more stairs.
That's what we all said.
Last time I was here,
Yeah.
13 years old,
Yeah.
I thought there's a lot more stairs. We'll see what it is going in.
So she said 1981 last time she was here. 81
Exactly,
for me.
summer 1981.
Everybody's got their memory on.
That's what it was.
So you went to school here, obviously classes.
I went to MCC Sunday School every Sunday from 5 to 13 years old.
It's a long time, man.
That was a long time. That was a really
Long time to be in a building with no windows.
You know, at the time, you know, there were very few Muslims in Chicago, and so the MCC on KEDZIE was it's the one place we knew we belonged, and it was like our second home.
So most of us were here in the mornings, right? Because of Sunday school. It started around like what, 10?
Like 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and then we would, stay until early afternoon, and then after prayers, that's really when the fun began.
When it came to pranks, you know, I don't think the Quran had anything specific about like every like a little prank that you can't do. So
Right.
if it's not in the Quran Hadith, like, you know, we did everything.
All our parents were in their 20s, but they were already, had kids that were elementary education ready, and so they had to hit the ground running. I don't think they had an option.
I know.
Wider, actually, a little bit more modern. So this is the prayer hall, and I remember this is where we were kids, and we'd all be running around in every direction imaginable, doing whatever, playing games.
I mean, the integrity of the building still seems the same as it was back then. Even the outside bricks and everything, it seems like they were the same bricks and architecture. And this doorway, I remember, right? This is the doorway we used to go out to go to the shoes and coats and...
Y'all's memory is much better than mine.
There was one brother that we remember, his name is Brother Rashid, and he used to help take care of the mosque, and he actually had a little place just above here. It was a little like room. It was behind. You could access it through behind.
Yeah.
And he used to stay there, and we used to really like him because the Bears games were at 12-3, so we never watched them. But he let us up there, and we could watch the end. So that's the only Bears we watched when we were kids. On this side, there were two big classrooms. The ones here were really cramped, but we were kids.
Yeah.
And then when you got a little bit older, you get to go to the big classrooms,
Yeah.
which were a little bit larger, and there were two on this side.
Yep.
I don't know which kid looks forward to Sunday school anymore, because we looked forward to Sundays. It was fun. It was like an end of the week, and even if we had a rough week at school or at work, I mean, Sunday was like, we know we were going to be having the best time.
We created our own community because I think a lot of us didn't really feel like we fit in a whole lot in the outside community. And when we came here, we fit in, we had people like us, we had other kids like us, and we looked forward to it every Sunday.
I think, everything was very practical, right? Even like when you're saying the hallway, it was like very practical. How many classrooms could you get into the space? And I think that was...
I felt like we had 20 down there.
It's all about people. Yeah. It's not about real estate that matters. It's about people. Yeah.
But I also remember they had like board meetings here. Like there was a huge table.
Yes.
And I remember the stained glasses. And I remember like when they wanted to have like a real meeting, they'd all come in here and there was a huge table. And I don't know if it was an L shape, but they would all be here. And your brother also threw me against a window in this room. Specifically, I remember that. That I remember very well.
So this is the room where you kind of like, you were like cool because you graduated. Like, you were like youngsters down there and you had these little small desks. Now we had these like, bigger tables.
Bigger stuff.
They're cool kids, we're the big ones.
I'm looking at these stairs over here, and I'm thinking like how narrow they were. But back in when I was jumping down the stairs, 10, 12 at a time, they were enormous.
This was our home from 72 to 81, and this was the first building that our organization actually purchased in 72, I think September 21st. And now that you guys are kind of reflecting upon this, kind of looking at it from, you know, the view of, wow, it's not as big as we remember, but of course we've expanded to a huge, you know, in a bigger demographic and stuff like that. What were, you know, the benefits of coming out of here?
Maybe we were naive to think this way, but we felt like we could trust everybody who was in this building. Everybody was like family. We could let our kids run loose where you couldn't do that anywhere else, and know that other people were looking after your kids too in a, you know, in a wholesome, healthy kind of way. And it was just, you know, just a safe place to bring the whole family. And
the leaders, we talked about it a bit before, but the whole collective sense of working together, not comparing or all the politics, but just everyone was doing what they needed to do and bringing a sense of community. And for the kids, it was our place to belong. You know, right now there just seems like like there's a mosque on every block in certain neighborhoods. Back then, for Muslims in Chicago, there's just one place.
They all had families that were either here already or were coming.
Yeah.
We need a place. So I think they were so goal-oriented and so driven to get that done. As I said, it became part of their monthly budget for their households too. So that, I think, is something that is very rare. And I feel like that's like what pioneers did. And, you know, our parents were those pioneers.
It's like, you know, I think you nailed it on the head when you said, you know, kids nowadays don't want to go to Sunday school. My kids hate it, you know, but it's like back then you wanted to be here. What's going to be on a Sunday, right? You want to be at Sunday school. And I just, you know, it turned into other things like function and all that, but, you know, it's a place to be, you know, a safe place to be. So.